This is Brant from BD Outdoors, and I'm going to walk you through the basic steps of processing fish on your own boat. All right, so the first and most important thing is to make sure you got plenty of ice to ice down the fish after you catch them on the boat. We did that yesterday. We loaded up the boat, had a pretty decent day of fishing, and now we're back here today because it was pretty rough out there to cut our fish. Secondly, once you get the fish on the boat, it's real important to bleed them and get them on the ice right away. A couple ways, depending on the type of fish that you catch, to bleed them. With the tuna, a collar cut, pull a gill, and maybe a tail cut or also a pectoral fin cut works great. Yellowtail, dorado, pulling a gill, or just cutting the collar works great. So I'm going to walk through the basic tools we use and want to have set up. Obviously a knife, we're using the Bubba blade here today, a couple sharpening tools, and also I like using the Rapala fillet glove. So here's one of the yellowfin that we caught yesterday. It was in the ice. This thing, you know, they get a little beat up sometimes sloshing around in the ice with a kill bag, but this thing's in good shape. It's going to be cold to the core and ready to go. And a lot of times it's great to let a fish sit on the ice for a day or two. Chills it to the bone, and really you're going to get a great product out of it. We're going to start just basically cutting fish like we'd cut fish. There we go, we got the nice loins on one side. We're going to flip it over here. Do the same thing with the other side. All right, there we go. We got a nice clean fish here. Now what I like to do, since we have a little blood on our cutting surface, I want to keep this real clean. You don't want to contaminate that fresh meat by getting either blood on it or getting any of the skin touching it, any of the bile. We just try to keep it as clean as we can. A lot of times I like to skin it in 2 halves, just portion control it as well at the same time. And then I'm going to take this finished piece, set this aside. I like setting it on paper towels. It'll soak up any of the moisture still on the fish. So if I'm doing this by myself, I'll go, instead of going right to Ziploc on each fish, I'll stack them up over here. And typically I'll put this paper towel between there. It'll absorb any of the excess moisture, keep the fish firm, and get it good and ready for either the Ziploc or vacuum sealing.
Hey guys, Ali Husseini here with BD Outdoors. What we're going to do now is the final stage of the process, and that's, you got your quality fish that you took good care of, lots of ice. You're going to take whatever you can eat fresh, probably throw a bag of it in the refrigerator, eat it during the week, and then ultimately when you catch a bunch of fish, you're going to want to save it for winter time when these fish aren't around. What we have here is a bag of yellowfin tuna fillets that Brant cut up. This stuff's all ready to go. The thing I'm going to show you is how to vacuum seal it. This is the VacMaster VP215. This is the pro league of vacuum sealers. Most of us started off with a Food Saver, great machine. Thing with the Food Saver, and anybody who's done a lot of fish or game knows, is that it just can't handle the continuous use. You can seal 2, 3, 4 bags and then the thing overheats and you've got to wait for it. Another big disadvantage of the Food Saver is you can't seal moist product in it. And what happens is it pulls the air out of the bag and it makes a seal at the top of it as it vacuums the air out of the bag. Well, all of the juice and liquids that are in whatever you're sealing is going to come out of the bag as well, and it's going to interfere with the seal. This machine works completely different. What this machine does, it's called a chamber vac, and it actually takes all the air out of the chamber when you put the product in it, and it's pumping the air out. But the funny thing is, you expect that fish or whatever it is you've got in there to get sucked down, and that doesn't happen. The thing will just sit there. It looks just like when you put it in. This guy will run its course. Then what it does is it lets all that negative air pressure that's created in the chamber out. And as it does that, it'll push the air that's in the plastic bag around whatever you're sealing out and seal it instantly. And this allows you to seal water. We've done bags of water. You can do chili, any kind of liquid, moist stuff. You can adjust the timing on this thing that the vacuum is applied. So if you've got a more delicate thing that you're sealing, like a fish fillet, versus a steak. So you can adjust exactly how long the vacuum pump runs, which will give you the tighter seal and more compression to whatever you're sealing. Another huge advantage is the bags themselves. These bags come pre-made, they're ready to go. They're already sealed at the bottom. As you know with the food saver stuff, it comes on a roll and you've got to actually cut the bags to size and then seal them. And another big advantage with these bags is the cost. These literally cost pennies, where the food saver bags cost quarters. Just gonna throw a couple of fillets in this bag, kind of get things started. You want to kind of arrange them in there so they sit in there nice and tight. Let's go ahead and throw one more piece in so we can really show how this pulls the air out of the deal here. You just got your fish sitting in your bag, nothing technical there at all. Put the bag in the sealer. See, and I've got the lip of the bag here is all wet with fish and all that. A little bit of moisture like that's not even gonna slow it down. As we lower this, it's gonna go ahead and start running automatically and hold the lid down. You can see right here, we've got all the air being pushed out of the chamber. You'll hear the air come out. Lid opens because there's no more suction. And as you can see, we've got a perfect seal at the top here. Double barred, nice and clean, very tough, durable. There is not a bit of air in this bag. That fish is sealed in there airtight. The reason you want to keep the air off of the fish is because that's what causes freezer burn. And by getting the air out of the bag and getting the thing sealed up, you're gonna extend the life of this product for months. Even, sometimes we'll eat this fish a year later and you really can't tell that it's any more than a month old in the freezer. Any food that you're coming across, a good deal or whatever, get a good deal on steaks, you bring some home, slice them up, throw them in the thing, vacuum seal them, label them, and they'll be good to go for months to come.